very warm welcome to KTV Weekend Live, and these are the stories making headlines tonight. President William Ruto welcomes the National Dialogue Committee report aimed to address the challenges facing the country as leaders express mixed reactions. Ruto asks for more time to fulfill campaign pledges, says the country is on the right track in bringing down the cost of living. Lamu's Saturday night attack leaves one dead and several houses on fire. And on agribusiness tonight, we take you through garden pea farming, commonly known as minji, as farmers say climate change has affected its farming techniques. Wataongeza hiyo kitu, masikio itabasi. To the broadcast. My name is Odida. Mutava Mongeli is our sign language interpreter tonight. We are live on YouTube at KTV News Kenya, and remember to interact with us on X at KTV_Kenya and at Odida. Weekend Live begins now. Now, the report released by the National Dialogue Committee recommends 4 key proposals to address the cost of living, among other recommendations including audit of 2022 electoral process. The report was released after the different parties involved came to a conclusion on their recommendations, as Dorothy Musyoka reports.
The National Dialogue Committee report published recommends an audit of 2022 electoral process, cost of living, entrenching of funds into constitutions, establishment and entrenchment of state offices, and fidelity to the law on multi-party democracy. The committee has, however, tabled 4 key proposals to address the economy. NADCO recommends that all arms of government shall reduce their travel budget by 50%, Salary and Remuneration Commission review daily subsistence allowances for state and public officers with a view to reducing by 30%, Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, in liaison with the National Treasury, reduce the road maintenance levy and anti-adulteration levy by 5 and 3 shillings per litre respectively, and provide for equitable share to the county government of not less than 20% of the revenue collected by national government. NADCO also recommends establishment of the Office of Opposition Leader, who is the leader of coalition political parties with 2 deputies, and entrenchment of the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary appointed by the President in the Constitution upon approval by the National Assembly. On electoral process, NADCO recommends restructuring and reconstitution of IEBC by expanding selection panel from the current 7 to 9 members, and increase in presidential petition timelines, where the Supreme Court shall hear and determine petition challenging the validity of presidential elections. On electoral legal reforms, NADCO has recommended that legal reforms passed less than 18 months before the general elections become effective in the next electoral cycle. With the publishing of the report, the committee awaits President's green light on the introduction of the recommendation in his system of governance. Dorothy Musyoka, KUTV.
Still on that, following the presentation of the final report of the National Dialogue Committee, Various political leaders have reacted to the recommendations contained in the report, even as President William Ruto welcomed the recommendations, saying it is practical and in good state. Sylvester Osano with the detailed report.
President William Ruto has lauded the 10-member National Dialogue Committee for finishing the task assigned to them, as he welcomed the recommendations by the committee, including the creation of the Office of the Opposition Leader and reduction in the cost of travels by government officials. The president also assured Kenyans that the recommendations by the bipartisan dialogue team will be implemented.
I want to congratulate all the teams that were involved in the dialogue process. They have come up with recommendations. I have seen the recommendations. They are in good stead. All the recommendations they are made, they are practical. We are going to work on those recommendations to reduce in areas they have recommended, to do whatever they have recommended in Parliament. Those that belong to the executive, I will make sure that we execute.
The report, which was expected to largely address the high cost of living, was backed by the committee's chairpersons, who said that the report addressed the issues that formed basis of the talks and recommendations, saying they will progressively heal Kenyans' wounds, foster togetherness, and promote national unity. The report has, however, been criticized by some leaders, including Azimio Corp principal Martha Karua, who claims through her ex-handle that, and I quote, "Any purported agreement that does not immediately impact on cost of living, electoral justice, and respect for multi-party democracy is a fraud on the people and must be rejected." End of quote. Karua's viewpoint seemed to resemble that of Saboti Member of Parliament Kali Bamisi, who said, and I quote, "If these are the proposals coming out of the National Dialogue Committee sitting for 90 days on a reduction in the existential high cost of living, then this county is incorrigible for sure." End of quote. According to Mbeere North Member of Parliament Geoffrey Ruku, the report failed to address the issue of high cost of living, which was the backbone for the formation of the committee.
But today, the report, the recommendations, most of the recommendations are not about cost of living. Majority of the recommendations are about self-interest of the opposition. One, that the leader of opposition must have a seat in the National Assembly. That the Senate must have an oversight fund.
The report from the committee brings to an end a 90-day sitting between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza leaders. The report will now be tabled before Parliament for a debate. Sylvester Ogembo, KUTV.
Now, President William Ruto has assured Kenyans that despite concerns over rising food prices that are making it hard for Kenyans to survive, there's no need to worry since the government has allocated enough funds in the budget to ensure food sufficiency in the coming year. The president has also said that within 1 year of his leadership, Kenya has been able to produce enough food, emphasizing that the price of maize flour has dropped from 230 Kenya shillings to 135 Kenya shillings. The president also fired at the opposition, saying that they will witness the results of his administration within the next 3 years.
Same time last year, wakati kama huu mwaka uliopita, unga ilikuwa shilingi 230. Leo ukienda kwa soko utakuta 135. Leo tuko na chakula ya kutosha Kenya, na mwaka ujao tutafanya bidii hata zaidi, kwa sababu tayari nimeweka pesa ya kutosha kwa budget ya mwaka ujao, tuzalishe chakula kingi kuliko vile tumezalisha mwaka huu. That is how we are going to reduce the cost of living.
In a traffic incident in Lamu West, heavily armed assailants raided Marafa and Poromoko villages, killing an old man, destroying properties and torching over 10 houses. The attack, suspected to be linked to Al-Shabaab militants, occurred Saturday night, sparking fear in the region despite recent anti-terror efforts. The victim was a 72-year-old man identified as John Thuo, was beheaded in the Saturday incident. Lamu County Commissioner Louis Rono confirmed that there is an ongoing police manhunt for the attackers. This marks a grim turn after a 3-month calm, raising concerns about the persistent security threat in the area. Nairobi County Governor Johnson Sakaja has defended the city council officers, saying that they have been doing a commendable job and that majority of Nairobi residents are slamming the officers over what they only see on social media. Sakaja was speaking a few days after a city council officer was recorded spilling groundnuts belonging to a Burundian hawker in the CBD. Listening.
Ambao hawataki kusikia sheria, lazima these guys have to do their work. Our inspectorate is the most misunderstood team of officers in this country. They are misunderstood, wanafanyiwa kejeli. Ukiona clip ya 2 seconds kwa social media, you can make judgment without the context of what happened. I want to tell our inspectorate officers, mimi ndo Kanjo 1. I am behind you. Wale imejaa watu wa Burundi, watu na ni mandugu zetu, and we have said there's no visa. But let us not support child trafficking. Child trafficking cannot be supported. Our hawkers, we've sat with them many times. If you ask Gashanja, their secretary, and the different meetings, tumeka nao, si ndio Kenya? Tukakubaliana barabara hii mnauza kuanzia saa hizi.
All right, that story is taking us to a very fast short break. At this point, we are coming back with agribusiness. Stay with us.
So my name is Jakub Petri. I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland. And I'm the main coordinator of the Cafe project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Ewa Hudoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting-edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
Focus on Health is a show that creates awareness on matters health and informs you on various diseases, their causes, treatment, prevention, coping, and support. So join me, Bwari Michelle, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at KUTV Focus on Health on Facebook and also on YouTube, and Health Focus on Instagram, because your health is your wealth. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
Kipindi hewani ni mitindo ya kipwani. Kama ilivyo kipindi hiki kinahusu nyimbo za taarab, chakacha, midwara, midundiko, bila kusahau mapishi. Ambao ndio uti wa mgongo wa pwani ya Afrika Mashariki.
Jamani swahibu zangu mliopo maskani, hatuonani wenzangu, najua mwanitamani.
Hapa KUTV, nahodha mwendesha chombo cha baharini, yani ua linalonukia na kuvutia waridi tamu.
watching Weekend Live with Odida.
Alright, welcome back. You're watching KTV Weekend Live. Let's now head over to our farms. Now, both small and large-scale farmers are slowly embracing garden pea farming, popularly known as minji. In Narok County, Kennedy Ndaya, minji farmer, explains the significance of minji farming, including a greater income from its large market. Caroline Kimwele with that report.
The garden pea plant is a plant that thrives in cool conditions, well-distributed rainfall and fertile soils rich in nutrients. According to the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, KALRO, minji particularly grows well in Nyandarua, Nakuru, Meru, Uasin Gishu and Laikipia counties in Kenya. But in the Narok North constituency of Narok County, Kennedy Ndaya has engaged in cultivating this crop, and according to him, a farmer needs a space of 2 to 3 inches to grow this plant.
Kupanda, unapanda unachukua tu watu ndio wanapanda. Hakuna mashini ya kupanda ama tinga. Kama tinga nimepiga mitaro ama watu ndio wanapiga mashimo, ni watu tunachukua wanatumbukiza kwa mashimo ama wanaweka kwa laini. Unaweka tu hivi, nachukua tu hivi around mbegu kama 10 ama 8, 7, inategemea na kiasi yenye mbegu iko nayo.
A farmer also needs to use certified seeds when planting.
Mbegu hakuna vile huwa sipati kwa kampuni fulani ama wapi, huwa nanunua tu kwa shamba mkulima mwingine mwenye anaweza kuwa ameleta certified akapanda, ndio naenda na cheki vile iko na nanunua kwake. Sijainunua kwa hizi maduka za kuuza mbegu yenyewe.
To improve the yield of this plant, after 2 weeks of planting, the farmer should spray chemicals on his crops to enhance growth. Additionally, after a month, spraying pesticides is necessary to prevent diseases.
Ikiwa na wiki 2 kama imemea, kuna ile dawa unapiga, ile starter unapiga. Kuna ile dawa unapiga ya kustart ifastishe ile growth yake. Fertilizer, kuna fertilizer tunapigaga ya kwanza. And then after that, after maybe around 1 month, utakuwa na check to daily. After that, unapiga ile ya baridi.
Applying fertilizer to the plant and weeding are also among the steps a farmer needs to take to ensure the crops are of good quality. Peas mature after 4 months, but the farmer is advised to inspect his plants starting from the 3rd month every day. When the leaves start to reduce, it is a sign that your pea plant is beginning to yield.
Ikifika miezi 3 na nusu ama miezi 3 unaanza kuiangalia kucheki kwa shamba. Utaona tu ile vile imebeba, imejenga hivi. Alafu kuna vile itachange na kuna vile itachange vile inakuwa. Matawi unaona imeshrink, nini yake. Baada hiyo miezi 4.
The market for minji depends on the market conditions and the season for garden pea. During the pea season, prices drop to below 20 Kenyan shillings per kilogram, but during scarcity, prices rise to 50 shillings per kg.
Ukivuna inapimwa na kilo. Unavuna ikiwa iko kiasi, iko mbichi. Unapima na kilo. Sometimes kilo inaweza pata kwa bei ile soko ikikuwa mbaya, kilo inaweza enda mpaka 10 shillings up to 15. lakini ile inachezeaga vizuri, ile bei yake mzuri inakalianga mostly ni 35, 30, 40 until mpaka 50.
Apart from challenges of diseases, the main challenge of this farming is associated with climate change and brokers who buy peas from farmers at low prices, thus suppressing the farmer. Caroline Kimwele for KUTV.
Farmers and Silicon Valley technologists are collaborating to make agriculture more efficient and productive. Michelle Quinn reports on the agriculture technology being developed and what is to come. Take a look.
This is baby lettuce, which grows in tightly packed rows. Big cultivating machines don't work well weeding it. This is a technology-enhanced weeder. It uses computer vision and artificial intelligence to identify, target, and then laser burn weeds in between the baby lettuce shoots. In California's agriculturally rich Central Valley, growers gathered to test some of the technology brought by Silicon Valley, the technology hub more than 200 kilometers away. Growers want machines that will increase their yield and make raising crops less labor-intensive. Technologists come with a lot of ideas. The two groups don't always communicate well.
There's technology language and then there's agriculture language. Right now there isn't really very many interpreters out there to help with both, to bridge that gap, to bring it together.
In recent years, investors poured money into technology that improves weeding and crop thinning. But money isn't flowing yet to the harder challenge, which is harvesting.
Each robot only works with one crop. It takes a long time to get them all solved.
Bringing technology into harvesting will be an important breakthrough, he says.
If we don't do it, we're not sure how this stuff's going to all get harvested, so I think it's worth it.
Another challenge, some regulators require workers to be on hand when self-driving farm equipment is operating. That raises safety concerns.
They are driverless. They don't have these ethical and moral codes in them to decide about whether I should hit a human or I should hit the tree.
Growers and technologists are grappling with these issues as they work to make food more plentiful and less costly. Michelle Quinn, VOA News, Fresno, California.
We are taking another short break at this point. Sports news is up next.
Kutoka kuwa jamii ya kuhamahama na sasa kujumuisha kilimo katika mitindo yao ya maisha. Kwenye toleo la kaunti ya Narok, hii ni Boresha Kilimo, kwani afya bora ni kilimo bora.
Kwani kilimo ndicho huboresha maisha.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
The Bible says, when he spoke, then he spoke a parable to them, that men always ought to pray and not lose heart.
Christ says, I stand in the door and I knock. Whoever hears my voice and opens, I will dwell with him.
Like the moon, I will fade, but like the star, I will rise again. And though I fall, be rest assured that I will rise again.
Go to the hospitals, tell them that God will heal them. Go to the prisons, tell them that they'll be free. Go to the crusades and tell people that Christ is coming, and sooner than the word itself, the second advent is imminent.
Haya, vijana hoye!
They speak to play politics.
Kila mara yeye ananiwinda kama mnyama. Naambia Mungu iko. Mungu iko na sitarudi nyuma.
They speak words strong enough to change policy and the law.
We have a very democratic system. We have a system that is based on the rule of law.
They speak to the heart of the nation for the nation.
Simu imeleta mambo mingi sana. Mi hata nataka ifungwe kabisa, na ifungwe hata WhatsApp na Facebook zifungwe kabisa.
When facts get lost in all these words, we aim for the truth. Join me, Dennis Omondi, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. as I serve you the news and speak to your leaders and their observers to establish nothing but the truth, only on KUTV.
Technology, science, innovation, ICT and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back to the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Tech Innovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, decoded in a language, all for one for all. Every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports. Football Kenya Federation Premier League Matchday 12 action continued today across various stadiums in the country. Defending champions Gor Mahia bagged a 2-0 victory against Muhoroni Youth at the Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay and currently remain second on the log with 24 points, 1 point behind league leaders Posta Rangers. KCBFC are third with 22 points after a 2-1 victory against Muranga Seals. The SportPesa Arena and Kakamega Homeboys climbed to fourth place with 21 points after winning by a solitary goal against the Lindsay Stars at the Lindsay Sports Complex in Nairobi. European club football returned this weekend with a bang across the various top-flight leagues, including the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, the German Bundesliga and the Italian Serie A. Jama Gikomo with the European League roundup.
Arsenal snatched a 1-0 away victory against Brentford in the English Premier League to go top of the table with 30 points, while defending champions Manchester City dropped to second place with 29 points after playing out a 1-1 draw against Liverpool at the Etihad Stadium. Newcastle United bagged all 3 points after thumping Chelsea by 4-1 at the St. James's Park. In the Spanish La Liga, Alaves were 3-1 winners against Granada. Defending champions FC Barcelona dropped to fourth on the log with 31 points after a 1-1 draw away at Rayo Vallecano, while Atletico Madrid climbed to third place on goal difference after a 1-0 victory against Mallorca at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. The German Bundesliga saw defending champions FC Bayern Munich earn a 1-0 victory away at FC Cologne, while Borussia Dortmund thumped Gladbach 4-2 at the Signal Iduna Park. Bayer Leverkusen remained top of the table with 32 points after a convincing 3-0 victory against Werder Bremen, and VfB Stuttgart remained third on the log with 27 points after bagging a 2-1 away victory against Eintracht Frankfurt. PSG remain top of the table in the French Ligue 1 with 30 points after hammering AS Monaco 5-2 at the Parc de France. FC Lens won 3-0 against Clermont, and Olympique Marseille played out a 1-1 draw against Strasbourg. And in the Italian Serie A, defending champions SSC Napoli remained fourth on the log after a 2-1 victory against Atalanta, and AC Milan remained third with 26 points after bagging a 1-0 win against Fiorentina at the San Siro Stadium. Tonight's Serie A action will see Inter Milan locking horns with Juventus in the Derby d'Italia from 11 p.m. East African time. Jama Gikomo for KUTV Sports.
All right, that story brings us to the end of Weekend Live. Many thanks indeed for keeping us company. Be sure to join me again tomorrow for Money Monday. My name is Odida. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Mutava Mongeli. Have a good night and see you tomorrow, inshallah.